The latest trailer for Heartland Season 19, Episode 2 hints at something we never wanted to see. Amy and Nathan standing on opposite sides, their relationship hanging by a thread. After everything they went through in Episode 1, the fires, the fear, and the emotional bond they built, it looked like nothing could tear them apart. But the new trailer proves otherwise. The tone has shifted, the smiles are gone, the tension is real. And from what we can see, Amy might be facing her toughest decision since losing Ty. What could have possibly gone so wrong? Let's talk about it. Episode 1 ended on a bittersweet note. We saw Amy realizing that she had unintentionally drifted away from her daughter Lindy while growing closer to Nathan. That emotional confrontation between Amy and Lindy was powerful and heartbreaking at the same time. Lindy's words, reminding Amy that her father once said he'd be fine and then never came back, hit deep. It was a wake-up call for Amy, forcing her to reevaluate what truly matters. But now, as the new episode approaches, it seems like this realization is about to create a massive storm in Amy's life. Because while she's trying to focus on Lindy and be the best mother she can be, Nathan is standing there, waiting, wondering if there's still a place for him in her heart. The trailer opens with Amy looking distant and conflicted, her usual calm replaced by quiet sadness. Her voiceover says, "Sometimes doing what's right means breaking your own heart." And just like that, the entire fandom knows something terrible is about to happen. From what we gather, Episode 2 will begin right where we left off, the aftermath of the fire. The Fleming family and their neighbors are finally returning home to see what's left. There's this heavy sense of loss in the air, mixed with relief that everyone survived. But for Amy, survival comes with guilt. She feels guilty for leaving Lindy behind, guilty for risking her life for a horse, and guilty for dragging Nathan into the chaos. Nathan, being the caring person he is, doesn't blame her at all, but we can tell from his silence and expression that something has changed. He's not just hurt by the fire. He's hurt because he realizes Amy might never fully let him in, and that's the tragedy of their story. He wants to be her future, but she's still haunted by her past. As Amy helps clean up the ranch, we see short glimpses in the trailer of Lou talking to her with that serious, concerned tone we know all too well. Lou seems to be warning Amy that Nathan's family business has caused major problems for Heartland. Apparently, Nathan's sister made a business decision that directly impacts the ranch's new partnership deal, something Lou worked hard to secure. Lou tells Amy that she needs to be careful, that personal feelings shouldn't get in the way of business. But Amy, being Amy, believes in seeing the best in people, especially Nathan. However, deep down, we can tell she's torn. The next shot in the trailer shows Amy sitting by the fence, watching Lindy play in the distance. She smiles faintly, but her eyes tell another story. The story of a woman who's trying to hold her world together while everything around her starts to fall apart. And then comes the moment that broke every fan's heart. Nathan shows up looking worried, holding something in his hand. Amy's bracelet. The same bracelet she dropped during the evacuation in Episode 1. He returns it to her, and for a brief moment, it feels like things might be okay. But then, Amy says something we never expected. She tells him, "Maybe we moved too fast." Nathan looks shocked. You can literally feel the pain in that silence. He asks her what she means, but Amy doesn't answer immediately. Instead, she looks down, avoiding his eyes. That hesitation says it all. She's struggling to choose between what she wants and what she believes is right. It's not that she doesn't love him. She clearly does, but she's scared of repeating her past. And as she stands there, with the flames of the last episode still fresh in her memory, she realizes that love alone might not be enough to keep them together. The trailer ends on a cliffhanger moment, Nathan walking away while Amy watches him leave. There's no shouting, no dramatic music, just raw emotion. The camera lingers on Amy's face as a single tear rolls down her cheek, and you can tell this isn't just about a breakup. It's about loss. It's about fear. It's about letting go of something beautiful because life has already taken too much. And that's exactly why Heartland continues to be one of the most powerful shows on television. It understands the quiet pain behind every decision, the kind that doesn't make you cry right away, but stays with you long after the credits roll. After that heartbreaking scene, the trailer takes a darker turn. The warm golden tones that usually define Heartland fade into a colder, more muted palette. Everything feels heavier, as if the ranch itself carries the weight of what's happening. Amy is shown going through her daily routine, but she looks distant, almost robotic. Feeding the horses, checking the fences, taking Lindy to school. It's all there, but her spirit isn't. That's one of the things I've always admired about this show. It doesn't shy away from showing emotional exhaustion. Amy is the strong one, the one who keeps everyone together, but when she breaks, it's silent and devastating. In one quick shot, we see her pause while brushing Spartan. She gently places her hand on his mane and whispers, "I don't know if I can do this again." And that one line hits like a punch in the gut. It's not just about Nathan. It's about everything she's been through. Losing Ty, raising Lindy alone, rebuilding her life, and now facing the fear of losing love again. The trailer doesn't show her crying, but her silence says everything we need to know. Then we cut to Nathan. For the first time, we see him not as Amy's boyfriend, but as his own person, dealing with his own set of challenges. The trailer shows him talking with his sister, and it's clear their relationship is strained. She looks unapologetic, telling him that she did what was necessary for their business, even if it meant hurting the Fleming family. Nathan, clearly frustrated, replies that family and loyalty mean everything, echoing Amy's own values. But she mocks him, saying that his loyalty to Amy is making him weak. This conversation gives us a glimpse into Nathan's inner conflict. He's torn between defending Amy and protecting his family's reputation. You can see how much this weighs on him. And just like Amy, Nathan feels trapped between love and responsibility. The trailer ends this sequence with Nathan standing outside the Heartland barn, looking at it from a distance, unsure whether he's still welcome there. That one shot alone tells us more than words ever could. Meanwhile, Lou steps into the picture, determined as always to protect the ranch and her family. She's not being cruel, but she's practical. Maybe too practical. She believes that Nathan's presence, especially with the issues surrounding his sister, could harm Heartland's stability. We hear her say to Amy, "You need to decide what's more important, your feelings or your future." And that line perfectly captures the central theme of this episode. Amy doesn't want to choose between love and responsibility, but life keeps forcing her to. Lou's tone is firm, not out of jealousy or control, but out of genuine worry. She's seen Amy broken before and doesn't want history to repeat itself. The trailer even gives us a glimpse of their argument. Voices raised, emotions high. Lindy also seems to sense the tension. In one heart-wrenching scene, she asks her mom if Nathan is still coming to her school event. Amy hesitates before answering, and that hesitation alone is enough to tell us the truth. He's not. The trailer then shows Lindy looking out the window, her little face filled with disappointment. It's such a small moment, but it carries enormous emotional weight. This child has already lost one parent, and now she's beginning to understand what it means to lose people again. It's almost like history is repeating itself, and Amy can feel it too. She wants to shield Lindy from that kind of pain, but no matter what she does, life keeps finding ways to test her. Heartland has always been about family bonds, but this season, it's reminding us that even the strongest families face cracks when love and loyalty collide. Then there's Jack, the heart and wisdom of Heartland, who makes a brief but powerful appearance in the trailer. He finds Amy sitting alone on the porch one evening, staring into the distance. Without asking anything, he simply sits beside her. After a long pause, he says, "Love isn't about holding on. It's about knowing when to let go." That single sentence sums up the emotional storm Amy is in. Jack has seen her suffer before, and he knows that Amy's biggest strength, her heart, can also be her biggest weakness. She loves deeply, but she also fears deeply. It's that fear that makes her pull away just when happiness feels possible. And if you've been watching Heartland for years, you know that when Jack delivers advice like that, it always foreshadows something major. The trailer then shifts to a more dramatic pace. We see flashes of the upcoming scenes, Amy at the school event, Lindy running towards something, Lou on the phone looking shocked, and Nathan getting into his truck with a heartbroken expression. The quick cuts and emotional music suggest that something big is about to happen. Possibly the event where Nathan ends up saving Lindy, as rumors have hinted. But what's truly haunting is the final line of this section. Amy's voice saying softly, "I never meant to hurt him." Those words echo through the trailer as the screen fades to black. It's the kind of ending that leaves you sitting in silence, wondering how everything went from love to heartbreak so quickly. If you thought the first half of the trailer was emotional, the second half turns everything up a notch. The tension builds slowly but powerfully, and it's clear that episode 2 won't just be about heartbreak, it'll be about consequences. The decisions Amy made in episode 1, the things she said, the people she trusted, all of it is about to come back full circle. The trailer starts this section with Amy looking through old photos of Ty and Lindy together. It's such a small, quiet scene, but it says so much. You can see the reflection of the fire's glow in the glass frame as she touches the photo gently. It's almost as if she's asking herself whether she deserves happiness again or if love is simply not meant for her. Heartland has this beautiful way of making emotional moments feel both intimate and universal. We've all been there, trying to move forward while still carrying the ghosts of our past. That's exactly where Amy is now, standing between what was and what could be. Meanwhile, Nathan is dealing with his own breaking point. The trailer shows him having a serious talk with his sister, and this time, he doesn't hold back. He accuses her of betraying not just him, but the entire Heartland family. He tells her that Amy and her family are good people who don't deserve to suffer because of business politics. But his sister, ever the pragmatist, fires back that Nathan is being naive, that love won't save the ranch or fix their financial problems. Her tone is harsh, almost cruel, and you can see the pain in Nathan's eyes as he realizes she's not going to change her mind. That's when he says something that stands out. "If I have to choose between doing what's right and standing with you, I'll choose what's right." That line tells us everything we need to know about Nathan's growth. He's not just Amy's love interest anymore. He's becoming a man who stands by his principles, even if it costs him everything. From there, the trailer gives us a glimpse of a tense scene between Lou and Tim. Lou tells him that Amy is too emotionally invested and can't see the danger of being connected to Nathan's family. Tim surprisingly takes Amy's side for once, saying that everyone deserves a second chance and that pushing Amy too hard might only drive her further away. It's an interesting twist because we're used to seeing Tim be the one making rash decisions. But now, he's the one trying to keep the peace. He knows what heartbreak can do to a person, and he doesn't want Amy to repeat the same mistakes he once did. Lou, however, isn't convinced. Her protective instincts are kicking in, and you can feel that she's gearing up to make a tough call, one that might create even more distance between her and Amy. As all this unfolds, Lindy becomes the silent observer of the family's tension. The trailer shows her drawing at the kitchen table while the adults argue in the background. She looks up at them, confused and a little scared, realizing that something is wrong even if no one tells her directly. This is one of those small, emotional details that Heartland does so well, showing how children sense more than they understand. Lindy may not know every detail, but she feels the shift in the atmosphere. Later, she asks Jack if her mom is sad because of Nathan. Jack, in his usual wise way, tells her that grown-ups sometimes need time to figure things out. It's such a tender moment, and it reminds us that Lindy is still the emotional anchor of Amy's story. Everything Amy does, every choice she makes, somehow ties back to her daughter. The tone of the trailer then shifts again, this time to pure suspense. We hear the sound of distant thunder, signaling another storm approaching, not just in the weather, but in Amy's life. We see Amy riding Spartan across the field, her expression determined but broken. It's clear she's trying to clear her head, but the weight of everything is still on her shoulders. Suddenly, the scene cuts to Lou on the phone, looking furious. She says something like, "Tell me that's not true," before the screen flashes to a quick montage of papers, signatures, and the Heartland logo being crossed out on a contract. This moment hints that Nathan's sister might have officially sabotaged Heartland's New Deal, and that could mean serious trouble for everyone at the ranch. The emotional stakes are now tied directly to financial ones, and that's where the real drama kicks in. As the storm rages outside, Amy rushes back home, worried and frustrated. She finds Lou waiting for her, holding a folder. Lou tells her that Nathan's family's company was behind the breach in their deal. Amy, shocked, tries to defend Nathan, saying he would never let that happen. But Lou isn't convinced. She tells Amy that it doesn't matter whether Nathan knew or not. What matters is that his name is tied to the problem. You can see the pain in Amy's eyes as she realizes that Lou might be right. For the first time, she begins to doubt whether her relationship with Nathan can survive the chaos that keeps surrounding them. The trailer then shows a short but powerful sequence of Amy sitting alone on the porch again, rain pouring down, her hair soaked. It's a visual symbol of her emotional state, broken but still standing, hurting but not giving up. Then comes the trailer's most powerful moment so far. Nathan shows up at Heartland in the rain, desperate to explain himself. He tells Amy that he had no idea what his sister did, that he's been trying to fix it behind the scenes. Amy listens quietly, her face unreadable. When he finishes, she simply says, "I believe you." And for a brief second, we think everything will be okay. But then she adds, "But believing you doesn't fix what's broken." That line completely changes the mood. Nathan realizes that she's not angry. She's done. Not in a cruel way, but in a heart-shattered, exhausted way. He tries to reach for her, but she steps back, tears mixing with the rain. The screen fades to black, and we hear her whisper, "I need to protect my family, even if it means losing you." This moment might be one of the most emotionally charged scenes Heartland has ever teased in a trailer. It's raw, painful, and deeply human. Amy isn't choosing to end things because she stopped caring. She's doing it because she cares too much. And that's the kind of complexity that keeps Heartland fans hooked season after season. The trailer ends this section with a single haunting image: Amy watching Nathan's truck disappear down the road, the rain slowly easing, but the ache in her eyes still there. It's heartbreak wrapped in silence, and we all know that silence can say more than any words ever could. The next part of the trailer takes us into the aftermath of that emotional confrontation, and honestly, it's the part that leaves you completely speechless. The entire mood shifts. Gone are the loud arguments, the tense confrontations. What's left is quiet heartbreak. The music softens, the pace slows down, and all we see are the small, subtle moments that say more than words ever could. Amy walks through the barn in the early morning light, her boots echoing on the floorboards. Every detail feels heavy. The dust in the air, the empty stalls, the sound of Spartan softly neighing as if sensing her pain. She pauses beside him, gives him a gentle pat, and says softly, "It's just us again, boy." That single line carries the weight of everything she's feeling: the loneliness, the exhaustion, the acceptance that for now, her life has to be about stability, not romance. It's a heartbreaking but powerful image of resilience. Heartland has always been about finding strength in pain, and Amy embodies that perfectly here. Meanwhile, Nathan is shown driving away from Heartland. The rain has stopped, but the storm inside him is far from over. He's gripping the steering wheel tightly, his face a mix of sadness and disbelief. You can tell he's trying to stay composed, but his eyes keep flickering with emotion. The trailer gives us quick flashes of him remembering moments with Amy, the first time she smiled at him, their ride together through the fire, the laughter they shared at dinner. All those memories now feel like ghosts haunting him as he drives into uncertainty. It's clear that Nathan isn't angry, he's heartbroken, and there's nothing he can do to fix it. One of the most poignant shots shows him pulling over on a dirt road, getting out of the truck, and just staring at the open landscape. You can almost hear the silence around him. He looks lost, not because he doesn't know where he's going, but because he no longer knows where he belongs. Back at the ranch, Lou is doing everything she can to keep things running. She's focused, organized, and determined. But you can see that she's carrying guilt, too. She didn't want to be the reason for Amy's breakup, but deep down, she believes she did what was necessary. In a short scene, we see her talking to Jack in the kitchen, admitting that she might have gone too far. Jack, ever the voice of reason, tells her, "Sometimes protecting the people you love means you hurt them without meaning to." That line really sums up the entire episode's emotional core. Everyone in this story is trying to protect someone. Amy trying to protect Lindy, Lou trying to protect the ranch, Nathan trying to protect his family. But in the process, they're all hurting each other. That's what makes Heartland so powerful. It doesn't rely on villains or heroes, just people doing their best in impossible situations. Lindy's presence in this part of the trailer reminds us what's truly at stake. We see her drawing again, this time sketching a horse and two people standing apart, with a little heart between them. It's such a simple, innocent thing, but it says everything. Amy notices the drawing and pauses for a moment, clearly touched, but also devastated. She kneels beside Lindy and asks softly, "Who are they?" And Lindy answers, "You and Nathan." That's the moment Amy's facade finally cracks. You can see her eyes welling up, but she forces a small smile and hugs her daughter tightly. It's such a raw, real scene. A reminder that even when Amy tries to stay strong, her heart still aches. She may have made the right decision logically, but emotionally, she's breaking inside. The trailer doesn't show her crying. Instead, it shows her holding Lindy close, letting the silence speak for her pain. Then comes one of the most symbolic shots in the trailer. Amy standing on the porch at sunset, watching the sky slowly shift from orange to blue. The world around her is calm again, but there's a clear sense of loss in her eyes. The camera pans slightly to reveal Nathan's bracelet resting on the railing, glinting in the light. It's not thrown away or hidden. It's there, waiting. It represents unfinished business, unresolved emotions, and maybe even hope. Because no matter how final things seem, Heartland always leaves room for healing. Amy may have chosen to step back, but that doesn't mean the door is completely closed. And that's exactly what keeps fans on edge, that possibility that love might find its way back when the time is right.